What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Underestimated Podcast. This is your host, Jeremy Orr, back with another episode. Today's episode, I want to talk about the NBA, but more specifically, I want to talk about NBA Summer League. I kept up, watched a whole lot of basketball being played during the 2025 NBA Summer League, sponsored by NBA 2K26, and I just wanted to talk about. I think on my list is about 10 or 11 guys that really looked as to be seen as the most impressed or the most impressive of the bunch of amazing talent throughout the association. So let's see what we got. So first I want to start with talking about Jace Richardson. Rookie for the Orlando Magic coming out of Michigan State. Jace Richardson impressed in the 2025 NBA Summer League, averaging 16.5 points, 2.5 assists, and 1.5 rebounds, also averaging 1 block, and shooting an efficient 55.6% from the field, 50% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line in just 2 games. Despite the small sample size, his true shooting percentage of 72% ranked among the best for rookies in Vegas, solidifying his reputation as a poised, high-efficiency guard. Richardson's performance highlighted his elite spot-up shooting and ability to space the floor, an area where the Magic have desperately needed help. And he showcased polished shot mechanics, off-ball movement, and smart decision-making as a ball handler, while also contributing defensively with good instincts and energy despite being undersized at around, let's say, 6'1". His 2.5 assists to 1 turnover ratio suggests he can be trusted in short playmaking stints without overusing possessions. For the 2025-26 season, Richardson projects as a valuable rotation player who can serve as a kind of sort of a 3-and-D reserve guard or just a 6-man. He'll be a change of pace scorer, secondary ball handler, and a reliable catch and shoot option off the bench, especially effective in small ball lineups alongside Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner. If he continues to defend with effort and shoot the ball at a high clip, he could quickly carve out real minutes for a playoff hopeful Orlando Magic squad looking to deepen its guard rotation. His ability to play both on and off the ball makes him an adaptable piece and a potential long-term fit in the Magic's backcourt. Jace Richardson looked really, really good. I mean, I saw his highlight tape, and I saw a small portion of his play at Michigan State the past season, but I really like his game. Y'all know how I feel. I have a certain appreciation and love for left-handed shooters, left-handed players, and he's left-handed. Very beautiful looking jump shot. You know, him and his dad, there are some similarities there. I would say, simply putting it, Jace is the better perimeter shooter, and his dad Jason was he was more athletic. He was the better interior scorer. So I think it's going to be interesting. I like his game, and I think he can bring something to the Magic. I don't know if he's going to break the rotation year one. They might send him down to the G. But depending on how the season unfolds, in the next probably 2 to 3 years or so, he could be a very valuable piece to that rotation. Next up on the list, the OKC Thunder have done it again. Another diamond in the rough, another hidden gem that they haven't even had to put out there for use yet. Nikola Topic from Serbia, Oklahoma City Thunder, red-shirted rookie. Nikola Topic, the 6'6" Serbian guard drafted 12th overall by the Thunder in 2024, made his long-awaited NBA debut in the 2025 Summer League after missing the 2024-25 campaign, recovering from a torn ACL. Over 6 summer league games that were split between Salt Lake City and Las Vegas, he averaged 10 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals per game, with shooting splits of 33% from the field, 20% from three, and 92% from the free throw line, playing about 27 minutes per game. Topic's box score included 14 points, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 1 rebound in his Salt Lake City debut, where he was 2 for 4 from 3, 11 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals, albeit 0 of 6 from deep, and a strong outing in Vegas with 18.6 assists, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal on 2 of 6 from deep in 30 minutes. Despite a rough shooting overall, he flashed elite decision-making, pace setting in pick and rolls, competent mid-range floaters, and long jumpers, and steady play even without high scoring output. People kind of look at him as sort of like a Halliburton type of playmaker who kept the offense turning even if he's not the guy putting up those scoring numbers. This is crazy to me. The Thunder, the way the Thunder have set themselves up, they could potentially be, and this is kind of a off the, how do I want to put it? An off-topic, narrative, but they could be what the Boston Celtics hope to be. Like how the Boston Celtics had that young core of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. I think back then it was like Kemba Walker. I know they had Kyrie Irving at some point, had Gordon Hayward at some point. Al Horford was a few years younger, but they only have one championship to show for it. And now they're on the back end trying to figure out what to do with that core that they have. That has a lot of money tied into it. Jrue Holiday's already gone. Porzingis is also already gone. Now you're still having Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Derek White on the roster. And now they're in a bit of a pigeonhole. OKC has the chance to go do what they should have done. Already now having their first championship won this season, with Shea only being, 26? I think Dub is 24, and I think Chet is 24. This team could really be something. And now you got somebody in Nikola Topic who could potentially come in and be that backup true point guard behind Shea, which they didn't necessarily have this year. If you look at it outside of Shea and J-Dub, you don't really have that much ball handlers or playmakers. And so I think Nikola Topic can bring them that extra, dimension that they have or that they need to just have that more playmakers, so to speak. If you saw, that's kind of something that they lacked in the series against Indiana. They had the scoring, but they didn't really have the playmaking outside of Shea. Next up on this list, the guy who is probably deemed as the diva of this draft class, or the most interesting. All eyes on you. Ace Bailey from Rutgers, who was drafted by the Utah Jazz with the 5th overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft. Ace played briefly in the Salt Lake City Summer League before a hip injury that sidelined him for most of the slate. In limited action, he recorded an 8-point debut, 3 of 13 shooting, grabbed 7 rebounds, tallied 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block, including a highlight reel rejection to seal a 93-89 win over the 76ers. In his next outing before exiting, he exploded for 18 points, 7 of 14 from the field, 3 of 5 from the 3, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and a narrow 112-111 win over the Memphis Grizzlies. Despite the small sample, Bailey showcased elite athleticism, shot-making versatility, defensive timing as a rim protector, and an off-ball movement that distinguished him as a high-ceiling wing. I mean, honestly, I think Ace Bailey offers Utah a prototypical modern two-way wing with his size at 6'7", combined with fluid athleticism, allows him to guard multiple positions and finish above the rim. Offensively, while his shot selection still needs refinement, he flashed ability as a catch-and-shoot spot-up threat, and activity on the glass. And he continues to recover and gains conditioning, Bailey could immediately contribute as a rotation forward, providing defensive versatility, transition scoring, and off-ball spacing. If Utah manages his minutes prudently and he sharpens his playmaking and decision-making, he has starter upside in the Jazz's system and figures to elevate their perimeter threat in 2025-26. Now, this Ace Bailey thing, obviously I thought it was a bit much, but I can't say I am extremely surprised considering how the outlook of sports looks today. This is not like basketball is nowhere near in the position today that it was 10 years ago. This is a player-driven league, and they are the ones that are not controlling the narratives. Also, even if you're a rookie, you haven't put on an NBA jersey yet. Yet you can determine where you go, or have some sort of impact as to where you go. Now, y'all know me personally. If y'all saw the mock draft that I put up, if you haven't, go tune in. You know, it's kind of a waste now, but still, go tune in, go show love. I had Ace Bailey, if I'm not mistaken, to go number 3 to Philly. Obviously, I know that pick was actually VJ Edgecombe, and he fell to 5. But that just might be karma to him trying to force his way to a big market. But I think Ace Bailey is going to be just fine. The Utah Jazz, actually, if you look at it, have a overabundance of forwards. So he's going to really have to try to separate himself as soon as possible. But I think there's a different way that he can help and get himself on the floor. So we'll see. I don't know if he's going to start right away. He may just come in as like the 7th or 8th guy off the bench. But we'll see. And that's not ideal. If you're a lottery pick, especially a top 5 to, let's say, 7 pick, 7, 8, you're more than likely going to be the starter. But you look at positions like even Dylan Harper. I don't even think Dylan Harper is guaranteed to start. Which I don't think that was a smart pick. Now that you already had De'Aaron and then Stephon Castle, who was Rookie of the Year. I just don't see it making 6. Now if they're trying to replicate what they had before, where you had Tony Parker and then you had Manu Ginobili, who was definitely starter caliber talent coming off the bench as a 6-man, then I can see that. But I don't think that's your ideal thing for your 3rd overall pick, right? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's get further into this list. All right, let's talk about year 2 Bronny. He is the next guy on this list. Bronny James, obviously, as we know, came from USC, drafted by the Lakers, going into year 2 as he entered the NBA in 2024. Bronny strongly elevated his 2025 Las Vegas Summer League performance compared to his rookie summer. Over 3 games, he averaged approximately 13 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, while shooting about 45% from the field. His breakout game against the Los Angeles Clippers, where he notched 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 triples on 6 for 10 shooting in 24 minutes. He also scored 14 points, added 3 assists, and 2 steals against New Orleans, shooting 5 of 11 from the field, and had a 10-point effort in just 11 minutes versus Miami on 3 of 7 shooting, 2 of 5 from deep. Bronny's growth was most visible in his improved athleticism, tighter handle, and enhanced court vision, especially in pick and drive and pick and roll reads. Defensively, he increasingly embraced physicality and activity, using length and strength to contest and disrupt opposing guards, including number 1 pick Cooper Flagg. Yet his consistency as a shooter remains a work in progress. He went just 4 of 18 from 3 in Vegas, and his assist to turnover ratio still needs polishing. Bronny said it himself, and I do agree and will double down on the statement that in order for him to get on the floor, he is going to have to be a hound on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of people see him being a potential Drew Holiday kind of player, maybe even Derek White. And I'm not totally mad at that. I could kind of see that happening too. I think obviously, with his dad being LeBron, that's what they're expecting. I'm here to tell y'all right now, he's not going to be LeBron or anything close to LeBron. I've been saying this behind closed doors for some time. Bryce James is the better brother. He's better than his brother. He's better than Bronny, and that will show once he makes it to the NBA. And he's not even going to be close to LeBron himself. He's going to be the closest thing that we get to LeBron in terms of the James family, but LeBron is a top 3 player of all time. And that's not necessarily genetics. You look at Michael Jordan, I don't think his dad had much of a role in the NBA, or if he played in the NBA at all. Look at Kobe Bryant's father, Joe Bryant. Kobe's miles ahead better than his father. So yeah, that's something we just cannot do. I think he'll be fine. I think his conditioning, the way he keeps himself in shape, and his defense. But I mean, even with LeBron was drafted mainly from his freakish athleticism, right? And I think what a lot of players don't realize is athleticism just doesn't mean dunking and jumping out of the gym. It also means that you have to expose it on both ends of the floor. And a lot of players don't do that. Because if you can jump the dunk, you can jump the block a shot. You can jump the contest a shot. But a lot of players don't do it. They use it for the offensive side of the ball, but not the defensive side of the ball. And so I think Bronny's understanding that. You got to use it for both sides of the ball, and I think he's utilizing that. But even his dad, LeBron, that 3-point shot was not beautiful those first 2, 3, 4 years. But now it's very respectable, and you're not going to give LeBron too many open 3-point shots. Bronny has to kind of take that gradual growth as he goes year to year. Now let's talk about somebody who I enjoyed seeing him play against in the Summer League. I think as we all did for the ones that tuned in, which I think was a lot of eyes on that game. The main event, Cooper Flagg, the first overall pick from Duke, who was drafted by the Dallas Mavericks in the 2025 NBA draft. Coop played just 2 games in the Summer League. Didn't expect him to play much, obviously. Before Dallas, strategically shut him down to preserve him for the regular season. Coop averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.5 steal, and 1 block per game, with shooting splits of 36% from the field, 21% from 3, and 57% from the free throw line on limited attempts. He had a rough debut, scoring 10 points on 5 for 21 shooting against the Lakers, but contributed with 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and a clutch block that led to the game-winning triple in Game 2 versus the Spurs. He erupted for 31 points in 31 minutes with multiple highlight dunks, drawing 13 free throws, committing only 2 turnovers alongside 4 rebounds and a block. And of course, I couldn't leave Coop out of this. I mean, he's the number 1 pick. All eyes are on him going into this upcoming season. I mean, of course, that first game kind of had everyone on their toes, but if we remember, with history repeating itself, Wemby's first NBA game in the Summer League was absolutely horrific. He was Rookie of the Year. He was Rookie of the Year. So wasn't nothing to sneeze at. I knew Coop would be just fine, but I mean, he's such a all-around talent that he just has so many different ways that he can impact the game. And that's basketball. Like, if your shot is off, there are many. If you get a steal or 2, or if you get a block, or if you draw a charge, like, those are ways outside of scoring or impacting the offensive side of the ball to get you back into the game. And so I think Coop realizes that at an extraordinary level. Now let's talk about someone who I didn't know much about going into the draft. I'm not sure where I had him. I know I had him in the lottery. I'm not really sure how far. Or he might have been like 17 on my board. Anyway, he definitely impressed me in the Summer League. Carter Bryant, y'all. Carter Bryant, Arizona player, drafted by the San Antonio Spurs with the 14th overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft, who stands 6'7", 220 pounds. Carter Bryant posted respectable, if uneven, numbers across the Summer League games. Roughly about 7 points, 4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks in 25 minutes per game, including shooting splits of 27% from the field, 28% from 3, and 83% from the free throw line. His debut saw 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist across 21 minutes in a loss to Miami, with 3 of 8 shooting, and as he battled nerves, physicality. Bryant's best outing came versus Charlotte, when he erupted for 16 points, 4 of 6 from deep, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks in 23 minutes. Defensively, he drew praise for his intensity, rim protection, on-ball pressure, and even forced turnovers against top prospects like Cooper Flagg. Carter Bryant really impressed me, y'all. Obviously, he's not going to be someone that you look at the box score and be like, wow, he had a great game. You have to watch him play to realize how much of an impact player he is. I can't say he's Kawhi Leonard, because we know how much of an elite scorer Kawhi is, but just from his defense. Like, maybe he's more of like a Jaden McDaniels. Because I was watching him play defense, and it was just simply beautiful. It was someone, he was just chasing around the perimeter. I think he made him, he poked the ball, made him pick up their dribble, and then was just still hounding them. And it was just beautiful to see. I think he's going to be legit. They had 2 great draft picks for you, drafted Dylan Harper and also Carter Bryant. Now let's talk about Derek Queen. Derek Queen from Maryland, the New Orleans Pelicans rookie. Derek, who stands at 6'10", was selected 13th overall by the Atlanta Hawks and traded immediately to the New Orleans Pelicans, was one of the most intriguing rookies coming into the 2025 Summer League. And during his 3-game stint in the NBA 2K26 Summer League, he averaged 14 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block in approximately 27 minutes per game, shooting 44% from the field, 50% from 3, and 72% from the free throw line. I think Derek Queen, all eyes were technically supposed to be on Jeremiah Fears, but Derek Queen definitely turned heads in the snap of a finger. Derek Queen offers the Pelicans a rare combination of touch, size, and pass-first instincts, even as they reserve his abilities to score efficiently, crash the glass hard, and orchestrate second-unit sets gives New Orleans upside in their frontcourt depth. I'm about to talk about someone who is an absolute killer. He's number 3 on my list, but definitely probably my favorite guy that I watched during the Summer League. Cole Swider. Played ball at Syracuse in college, was playing with the Los Angeles Lakers in this Summer League, but he's also played for, he's been in and out from the NBA to the G League, played for the Miami Heat and also the Cleveland Cavaliers the past couple of years. Cole Swider, a 6'9" sharp-shooting wing from Syracuse who entered the NBA as an undrafted free agent, lit up the 2025 NBA Summer League with the Lakers. Over 5 Vegas games, he averaged 18 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and a block, shooting 45% from the field, 41% from 3, and 67% from the free throw line, on a heavy volume, nearly 9 triples per game. In the California Classic, 3 additional games, he averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, shooting 58% from the field, 48% from 3, and 92% from the free throw line. His breakout game came against Dallas in the Summer League opener, where he put up 22 points, 10 rebounds, 6 of 9 from deep, also adding an assist and a steal in 30 minutes. Simply putting it, Cole Swider's Summer League campaign showcased him as one of the most efficient and reliable shooters in Vegas. His movement, court sense, and rebounding added depth to his offensive profile, making him a legitimate candidate to earn minutes on a Lakers team in search of consistent perimeter spacing. A strong summer league has turned him from overlooked journeyman into a key candidate for the Lakers bench. Y'all, this dude is a dog. I wish the Warriors would sign him. I would love for him to be a Golden State Warrior. I don't think the Lakers are going to pick him up. I think he deserves to absolutely be on the NBA roster with getting minutes. I'm watching him play against Dallas because I watched that Dallas and LA game from start to finish, mostly looking for how things would stack up between Bronny and Cooper Flag. And then this guy out of nowhere, light skin, temp fade, number 21, comes out shooting the lights out and explodes for 30 or close to it. And it was just so pure to watch. Like the scoring prowess that he put up was just poetry in motion to see. And he easily became my favorite player to watch in the summer league. All right, let's talk about someone who is a high touted candidate for Rookie of the Year outside of Cooper Flag. Third overall pick in this year's draft, VJ Edgecombe. From Baylor, obviously drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers with the third overall pick. He debuted at the NBA Summer League with a blazing performance before a thumb injury sidelined him after just 2 games. In Salt Lake City, he posted a signature 28 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks in an effort of 30 minutes, shooting 50% from the field and showing his two-way athleticism. In Las Vegas, his second outing, he produced 15 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, going a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line in 30 minutes. VJ Edgecombe looks like he's playing as he's floating in the air. He has a very smooth game, and he's going to be a huge contribution to the 76ers this year as they look to make it back into the playoffs, which I think they will. I think as long as Embiid can give them decent health throughout the season, also Paul George, they'll be back. And then Jared McCain is back fully healthy, they'll be back. Let's talk about another one of my dookies right here from the Utah Jazz, Kyle Filipowski, who is going into year 2. Flip exploded for 29 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists while shooting 50% from the field and 39% from 3 over 3 Las Vegas games. That was his averages, earning Summer League MVP honors. Across 6 total games, including Salt Lake City and Vegas, he tallied 23 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block, solidifying his reputation as one of the country's most versatile young big men. Flip put on an absolute show, y'all. I mean, don't get me wrong. I got faith in all my Dukies. All my Dukies that make it to the league, I got faith in every last one of them. But he seemed a little inconsistent at Duke. Didn't really play much for Utah this year, but he's definitely going to get some more minutes this season. And he's also a part of that overabundance that I was just talking about with in terms of Ace Bailey with the overabundance of forwards. But him and Ace look to be pretty nice in the summer league, and Utah could be a problem. Obviously not right now, next season or the season after that, but maybe about 5 years from now, there might be something to look at. Another Duke University player gets mentioned finally on this list. I cut it at 10 players, but I had to add him in there because I was like, I can't leave him off this list. Kon Knueppel. Kon Knueppel from Duke, Charlotte Hornets rookie. Kon Knueppel was the number 4 overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft, and he was the MVP of the Summer League championship game, leading Charlotte to its first NBA 2K26 Summer League title with a 21.5 rebound, 2 assist performance in the final. Across 5 games in Vegas, he averaged 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists in 28 minutes per game, shooting 40% from the field and 34% from 3. In his breakout game against San Antonio, he posted 19 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals, and earlier logged a 16-10-4 line with strong shooting, 5 of 10 from the field and 3 of 5 from the 3-point line against Dallas. In the final 4 games, Knueppel averaged 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, aggressively hunting shooting chances and contributing on both ends. Kon is going to be a prop in Charlotte this year. Probably will not start, but coming in as a 6th man probably, he's going to be a problem. and I'm just happy to see it, man. I'm just really happy to see it. He got Charlotte his first ever trophy in anything in franchise history, and he was Summer League MVP. Well, Summer League Championship MVP. So, yeah, that's gonna tally it up for me. Those are the guys that, to me, most impressed, were the most impressive in the NBA Summer League. Let me know if you guys have any names that y'all want to throw them in the comments. Appreciate y'all for watching, tuning in. Always remember, don't underestimate, appreciate. Gone.